This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So we will wait for 2 more minutes for other learners to join and then we'll start our discussion. 2 minutes we'll wait and then we'll start our discussion, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start our discussion. Thank you. Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So in our yesterday's demo session, we basically discussed about what are all the course content that we are going to learn in this entire journey of sessions. So today we are going to start the actual content. I mean, today we are going to start the day one topic. So, so as I mentioned yesterday, so please stop me at any point of time, ask your questions, get the clarity, and then we'll move on. This is the request that I'm having. So the first topic is actually what are APM tools? What are APM tools? Okay. So application performance monitoring or application performance management tool. Okay, so why I'm using the word management also, because we are not only going to monitor something and then we are not only going to provide only numbers, we are also doing certain managing activities and all. Okay, so alerting or through the notification channel we are informing, right? So some additional managing activities also we are doing. So that is the reason we are saying it is actually a application performance monitoring or application performance management tool. Okay, so now we have to know why this tool is actually we are talking about. Okay, so application performance monitoring tool means what? Why I have to learn this tool? That question definitely everyone will think. Okay, so why I have to learn this tool? In what way it is actually different from other tools in the market? Other tools in the market. So I mean, if you go some years before, I mean, traditionally, if you go back, so for application side, maybe we use tools like JProfiler or YourKit Java Profiler or some .NET profiling tools. Okay, Visual Studio or something. Okay, so like this, we used different tools for understanding about your application. Similarly, for infrastructure, say we used Perfmon for Windows monitoring, or VMstat, NetStat, IOStat, SAR, TOP, or even Nmon. Like that, we used different utilities for or the tools for monitoring the infrastructure level data. Infrastructure level data. And then for database we used tools like SQL profilers or AWR report or ADDM reports or ASH report, like that. Similarly, client side, for client side, we used Chrome DevTools or GT metrics or web page test or Lighthouse. Like that, we used different tools. So now you think from the customer perspective. So I have to do monitoring of my application, or I wanted to find the root cause of my problem statement. So in that case, what I have to do? I need to have a person with application tool knowledge, DB tool knowledge, infrastructure tool knowledge, client side tool knowledge. Like that, I need to have different people for doing different monitoring activity. Then only I can find where the problem is. Root cause analysis. Okay, so that is very tough, right? If you think from the client side, for them finding these many people for a single activity, they have to invest a lot. Answer to those questions, yes, we can use APM tools, because APM tools are having end-to-end monitoring capability. APM tools are having end-to-end monitoring capability. Okay, client side you can monitor, server side you can monitor, DB side you can monitor, infrastructure side you can monitor, network you can monitor. Like that, everything you can monitor using the APM tools. That is the reason I'm saying importance of learning APM tool. Okay, so you don't want to procure multiple tool, or you don't want to recruit multiple person for doing the single activity. Instead, you can learn one single tool, which is a APM tool, and you can recruit a person who is having the knowledge of APM tool more than sufficient. You are going to find your root cause analysis without having any problem, because APM tools are having the end-to-end monitoring capability, full stack monitoring or end-to-end monitoring, whatever you call that as. Okay, full stack monitoring capability your APM tools are actually having. Okay, so now APM tools, what it is actually doing. So if I simply draw a picture, say like you have your example, your browser layer, your app server layer, your DB server layer. Okay, so browser, your app server, or your DB server. Okay, So how these APM tools are actually working? So APM tools are working in the concept of agents. Agents. Not only AppDynamics tool, every APM tool is actually working in the concept of agents. Agents is a piece of software you are going to configure. You are going to configure. So when you are configuring the agents, when you are configuring the agents, so functionality of the agent is what? Functionality of the agent is actually collecting the information. So all these agents, what it will do, it will collect the data. It will collect the data. All these agents are actually collecting the data, and that collected information it is actually going to send to your account. So in our case it is actually AppDynamics, but commonly APM tools are actually working in the same concept. Okay, so all the agents, wherever it is actually there, it will collect the data, send the data to your APM tool. That is how your APM tools are actually working. So application performance monitoring tool, and it is actually having the concept of agent installation, and that agent will collect the data, and the collected data you are going to get it in the APM tool. You are going to get it in the APM tool. So now we have the understanding, because we have to know what is APM. I mean, APM tool is actually capable of application performance monitoring or application performance management tool. Means right now you should have a understanding. Okay, so yes, this is a tool that is used for monitoring. Okay, either prod environment or non-prod environment, you are going to configure this tool, because the functionality of the tool is what? It is actually going to monitor client side, server side, application side, database side, all the information that you are going to monitor it. Because the capability of the APM tool, you are going to install the agent in each and every place. As per the functionality, agent will collect the data, and the collected data you are going to visualize it where? In the APM tool. In the APM tool. Okay. Any question guys still now? Anybody have any question? Yeah, Sabarish.
May I know like what is an exact meaning of agent here?
See, agent, that's what I told you. A piece of software, every APM tool they are developing on their own. Okay. That piece of software has to be installed in the server level, or based on the configuration that you wanted to do. This piece of software is actually configured in each and every server. Okay. Once after configuring it, the agent will take the control of the server, and whatever the required information the agent has to collect, right, that is actually collected, and that information is actually transferred to the APM tool. So that is how it is actually working. You are able to understand?
Okay. Yeah. It's like a bot, right? Moreover,
I would
like a
not say,
bot.
bot, but it's a software designed to capture metrics, whatever the intended metrics, right, it has to collect.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. So all these days, I mean, when you talk about Perfmon, Nmon, or even Sitescope, those are called as agentless monitoring. There is no agent in those cases. Those are called as probing tool. Probing. It'll only monitor to a certain high level only. It will monitor. Then only that agent concept is actually came into picture. Every APM tool vendor, they started writing the agents, and that agent will be deployed into the respective servers. Once it is actually deployed, the agent will start the activity. I mean, it will collect the data. It may be your front end data, it may be app data, it may be DB data, it may be anything, because the agent is actually designed in a way it has to collect the data. So it will collect the data, and the collected data is actually transferred to the respective APM tool, and in APM tool you are going to display all the contents. That is what basically it is actually happening. Clear? Yeah. So what are APM tools means, at least now we have a fair understanding. APM tools, why we have to learn, what is the importance of the tool. You don't want to learn lot of tools for single activity. Single tool for lot of activity you can do. And I also wanted to tell you, like, when we are doing any testing, guys, okay, when you are doing any testing, how you are going to value add for your report means these APM tools will help you to provide additional value to your report. That is the reason everybody is actually learning this tool nowadays. And one more thing also, traditionally, if you go back some 5 years, 10 years before and all, what will happen where there is a problem, okay, where there is a problem, some end users, they are reporting that there is a problem. So what will happen, first, your UI developer or your app developer, your DBA person, your infrastructure support team, everybody, what they will do, they will do the analysis first. First, what they will do, they will do the analysis. Probably, to my experience, I'm saying sometimes it will take more than 24 hours. Sometimes it will take more than 24 hours just to find where the problem is. Okay, at least to find where the problem is, it will take more than 24 hours. That too, lot of fight will happen. I mean, fight in the sense, like, nobody will accept this is my problem. UI team will say it is app issue, app team will say it is DB issue, DB team will say it's an infra issue. Like that, they'll always do this blame game, and nobody will accept whose problem is that, and it'll really take some time to find where the problem itself. Okay, but now, using these APM tools, finding the problem is very, very easy. Finding the problem is very, very easy. Fixing the problem only, it is actually going to take time. That is the benefit when you are deploying APM tool in your organization. When you are deploying APM tool in your organization, finding where the problem is easy, because anyways you are going to do the analysis, alerting systems and all there, and you have layer by layer approaches there. Somewhere you can easily find is, it may be a response time problem, it may be a error problem, it may be exception problem, it may be CPU problem, it may be memory problem. Whatever the problem, you can easily understand it, because the tool itself is actually having a layered approach. Because everywhere you are configuring the agent, based on the agent configuration, you are going to collect the data, and based on the collected data, you are going to do the root cause analysis, so that the task is little easy in the case of APM tool. So if you go 10 years before and all, finding the problem itself will take time, and additionally it will take some more time to fix the problem. So it is a two work. But now finding the problem is little easy, only fixing the problem only you are going to do it. So that's the difference between the traditional approach and the current approach, because the APM tools are making your life easy, provided how you are configuring, what are all the metric that you are monitoring, how you enabled your alerting system, all those things are actually matters. Okay, so APM tools nowadays, it's actually making your life very, very easy, because the coverage, every APM tool, they are having a complete coverage. So finding the problem is little easy nowadays. Okay, so moving on to the next topic, why APM tools are important. Why APM tools are important? Because that's what right now also I told you, the time consumption. Okay, you cannot simply waste time by saying, like, yes, I'm doing the root cause analysis, yes, I'm doing the root cause analysis, finding the problem itself will take some time. No, that is not accepted nowadays. Because what? Because nowadays every customers, what they are thinking, if my system is down for 5 minutes, I'm going to lose millions of money. Okay, even you take example of Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, whatever. These retail customers, if they are down for probably 5 to 10 minutes, lot of problem, they lose their reputation, they lose their customer profit. Yes, lot of problem are there if they are down for probably 5 to 10 minutes itself. Okay, so in that case only, the importance of having APM tools are becoming very, very high. Okay, so you cannot simply say my system is actually down for 1 day, or my system is actually down for 8 hours and all. No, nowadays the expectation is completely different, guys. Now in certain organization, they are setting the availability percentage as 99.99 and all, right? In certain organization, they are setting the availability percentage as 99.99 because they are very, very, very strict in the way they are operating. Okay, they don't want their system to go down for unnecessary reasons. They wanted to make sure their availability is actually almost closer to 100 percentage. There should not be any downtime, there should not be any outage, there should not be any problem at all. So that is the reason the APM tool implementation is actually very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important. And also you need to think the process side also. The process side. So you think from developers perspective. So what developers they are doing nowadays? They are very busy. Developers are very busy. They have to work for sprint level activity. They have to prepare their code base for integration testing. They have to prepare the environment for user acceptance testing. They have to prepare the environment for performance testing. Once all things are ready, they have to put it into the production environment. So like that, developers are all the way busy. They are all the way busy and they don't have enough time to do a detailed testing and all nowadays. Actually saying in most of the organization, unit testing itself, people are not doing it in a detailed way because of the timeline pressure. Because of the timeline pressure, the developers are not finding time to do any detailed unit testing. Okay, so I'm not blaming developers. Because of the workload, because of the timeline pressure, they are not doing sufficient testing. Okay, they are not doing the sufficient testing. But where they have the provision to do deployment of their application in the local environment where APM tools are actually available, means their job is little easy, because the APM tool will easily find if there is any problem. Because of writing a new piece of code, is there any CPU problem, is there any memory problem? Yes, they can easily find it. They can deploy it into the environment where APM tools are available. Okay, so yes, if you think from the developers point of view, this tool is actually very, 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 very important, because they can easily test their newly developed code, and then they can deploy their code into the integration environment. That is also possible. Okay, I'm not saying every organization that they are following, but this is also one of the possibility where they can minimize their effort in doing the unit testing. Okay, similarly for performance testers actually says they have lot of things to do. Say like um, performance actually what happened in the recent times. Okay, in the recent times, those who are attending interview with me. Okay, so whenever I'm having an interview, say like probably 3 to 4 years experienced candidate or little more than that, if I'm asking them, have you ever done infrastructure monitoring? Have you ever done infrastructure monitoring? If I ask this question, most of the time what they are saying, I don't know, I don't have access, there is a separate team available to do the infrastructure monitoring. Okay, these are the regular answers we are getting it from them. Okay, I don't know, I don't have access, there is a separate team available to do the infrastructure monitoring. This is how everybody is actually reporting. Actually saying, we should not talk to the interviewer in this way, because the interviewer is expecting that you should know that how to do the infrastructure monitoring. Whether you are doing it, whether you are doing it or not, at least we have to learn how to do the infrastructure monitoring, what key metrics that we wanted to monitor, in what way we have to say it is actually a problem or a normal situation, like that we have to learn. So using this APM tools, infrastructure monitoring can be easily done, because yes, all the way 24/7 this tool is actually collecting the infrastructure level data. So performance testers can leverage, or they can use the APM tools to do the infrastructure monitoring. Okay, they can monitor CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization, all those metrics they can monitor. And based on the range of values, probably CPU utilization should not be more than so and so percentage, memory utilization should not be more than so and so percentage, like that they can understand what is happening in the infrastructure level, and based on the data collected they can comment, okay, application is actually working good or application is actually working bad, like that they can comment on that. So yes, for the performance tester, APM tools are very, very important to do the infrastructure monitoring. Similarly, yesterday also I told one business case, right? So even performance testers, they wanted to do a client side monitoring, because your load testing tool right now, it is not providing the browser level numbers. Okay, browser component loading level numbers and all. Your load testing tool, they are not providing. They are only providing the HTTP level, loading time level only they are providing. But customers are expecting end-to-end response time. So in that case, what we can do? Yes, performance testers can use APM tool to do the client side monitoring also. Okay, because nowadays, say the problem can be anywhere, right? Say like particular activity, it is actually taking 10 seconds. Okay, particular activity that is actually taking 10 seconds means it, the 10 seconds maybe in the database layer, or maybe in the application layer, or maybe in the UI layer. Anywhere the 10 seconds can be possible. Okay, so what will you do if you are pulling so many data from the database, or your query is actually working in a poor way? Because of that, your database is actually taking too much time, or what? That is one thing. Okay, usually database layer should not take more time, because they usually write their query in a such a way, they wanted to retrieve all the data in a very shorter span of time. And if your database itself is actually taking additional time means, then obviously there will be additional time for your app layer, there will be additional time for your browser layer. So end of the day, your end-to-end response time will be high if your database time is high. Okay, so we wanted to make sure database time, it should not be high. Similarly, your app layer also, you need to find where the 10 seconds is actually taking. And finally, your browser layer also. Why? Because sometimes the component or the static files, your PNG, JPEG, or GIF file, or whatever that you are loading in the client side, because of the heavy weight, sometimes it may load slow also. So problem can be anywhere. If you are saying 10 seconds, so the 10 seconds can be from UI layer, can be from app layer, can be from DB layer, anywhere. But using these APM tools, it is easy to do the root cause analysis, so that performance testers can easily understand uh, where that particular load time is actually very high. Like that, they can do the root cause analysis. Okay, yes, for performance tester, they can do infrastructure monitoring, and they can do front end monitoring. Similarly, for performance engineers, you take the job role of performance engineers. Okay, what performance engineers they are regularly doing? They are doing the optimization, they are doing compression, they are doing some fine tuning of your application performance. Okay, even for that activity, I mean, you wanted to do optimization, compression, fine tuning, all those things you wanted to do means, that also I think you can use the, I mean you can use the APM tool to do that. And similarly, performance engineers, they are focusing on capacity planning also. Performance engineers, they are focusing on capacity planning also. What is that capacity planning? Say like my current infrastructure, my organization current infrastructure, they are using 64 GB RAM. My organization infrastructure, they are currently using 64 GB RAM. Okay, but in real time, they are not even crossing 8 GB of a RAM usage. In real time, they are not even crossing 8 GB of the RAM usage, but they are having 64 GB RAM installed. So in that case, as a performance engineer, what they will do, they will think, okay, why we have to install 64 GB RAM, which is unnecessary investment. Instead, we can use 32 GB RAM, because your utilization itself not crossing 8 GB RAM. So in that way and all, they can do the capacity planning over the period. If they are doing the APM tool monitoring, they can come to the conclusion the utilization of the server is so and so, so that we can optimize the cost by changing your investment. Yes, performance engineers can also use this tool. So what I mentioned right now, the importance where it is actually coming, I told you, developers can use this tool, performance testers can use this tool, performance engineers can use this tool. Similarly, system support engineers can also use this APM tool, because these APM tools are actually having what? alerting mechanism is actually having. System support engineers, what they are doing, they are sitting in front of the machine for 24 bar 7, and they are identifying that there is any problem, means they will notify to the respective team. But in the case of APM tool, what capability that is actually there? Notification capability is there. So where there is a problem, the APM tool will automatically provide the notification, and based on the notification we can easily identify that there is a problem and we can take a necessary action. So yes, system support engineers can also use this tool. So look at the different job roles in which APM tools we can use it, guys. So this is a way I'm saying why APM tools are actually important. It is not only for certain people, every job stream people they can use this tool provided what activity that they are performing is actually matters. So learning APM tool, as I told you, all these places you can implement your understanding, and you can identify that there is a problem and try to use the data to optimize the or provide the solution for the problem as well. I'll take a pass here, guys. Any question till now?
Sirvana, I have one question.
Yeah, Maruti, please.
Without APM tool also we can able to monitor infrastructure, right? So what is the special advantage with APM tool? I mean, Performance is that is the inbuilt of Windows, VMstat, Nestat, and top is those all are in Linux commands. So we can able to monitor by using those commands under the inbuilt Performance, right? So what is the
Hmm.
special advantage of APM tool for
See,
infrastructure?
yeah. So APM tools, how it is doing? No, it is giving additional intelligence to that number. Okay, what is that intelligence means? So where there is a load increases in the application, that is actually increasing your infrastructure or what? Over the period, because of what reason your CPU increases, your memory increases. A process which is actually making that increase in CPU or memory or what like that, you are getting the cross correlated metric. Cross correlated metric means because of what? It may be DB, it may be app, or by normal your infrastructure itself is actually having a problem or what. But in the independent tools like your perfmon or nmon, no, there is no cross correlation to the metric, and that activity you need to do independently with each and every tool. But here in the APM tool, you see certain spike in the response time, you see certain spike in the error numbers, you see certain spike in the exception numbers. Suddenly you go and match it with your infrastructure number, suddenly you go and match it with your database number, like that. There is a cross correlation that is actually happening when compared to the normal monitoring. The APM tool monitorings are giving the meaning for what is the problem. You're able to understand, Maruti?
Yes, yes, understood.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying, that is making your life easy. Because earlier what was the problem? You need to do all the things. Now what is success? The tool is doing everything. You only thing is you are going to apply the knowledge, and then you are going to interpret the information, and you can quickly do that as well. And most of the time tool is actually provided in a user friendly way, that you can straight away go and see each and every tab, quickly take the decision. Yeah, this is a problem, this is a problem, like that you can quickly take the decision. But in the traditional way, you need to take the logs, you need to analyze the information, you need to do everything everywhere. Your job is actually very very high. But here
Yeah.
tool is actually doing most of the work, because agents are actually installed, and end of the day you are going to you are getting the visualization, the customized visualization, so that it is easy for you to do the root cause analysis. You are able to understand?
Yes, yes, got it. What I understood here means, just I will explain. If I am wrong, means please correct me. Okay. Without APM tool, we can able to monitor individually. That is the app
Hmm.
server or DB server. With APM
Hmm.
tool, we can able to monitor together, right?
Correct.
That's what you're
Correct.
telling, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, what is ACR here, Sherwana? I am listening first
What?
time this in SAR in
SAR
infrastructure.
is actually a command only. How top is actually working, right? SAR is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
one of the command, which will list the
Oh,
process with the CPU memory level. SAR
okay.
command.
Is it will work in Linux or as well as Windows? right?
Linux. This is Linux. See, in this entire list, Windows is actually Perfmon only. Rest all is all
Okay.
Linux.
Yeah, I know Restal. Star
Hmm.
only I heard out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Clear.
Yeah. Sure. So why APM tools? Now we have a strong understanding because see see why we are covering all these things also important. Sometimes you guys are becoming the front face, or you guys becoming the selling point for these APM tools, because customer may not know all these things, and customer may ask, I have a problem statement, how to overcome that. Means in that time period, maybe we are the one who's going to provide solution or the approach document for the problem statement. Even in many instances, personally I'm saying, okay, many instances what will happen, customer will say, this is a problem, this is what I want, like that they'll say. So in that case, what we will do, we'll propose APM tools, either AppDynamics or Dynatrace, Neuralink, Datadog, whatever the APM tool. We will provide the capability slide. I mean, this tool is actually these capabilities, this is your problem. In order to overcome the problem, this tool is actually having the solution, like that we'll provide it. When we can provide all these things, once we are having the strong understanding about the tool only. So that is the reason we are covering all these things. And when someone is actually asking, I mean, when some external person they are asking blindly about APM tools, means you can easily explain to them, convince them why we have to use the APM tool. If we are using the APM tool, what are all the list of information that you are going to get it, and quickly you are going to find the root cause. Okay, so as I told you, in AppDynamics itself, okay, in AppDynamics itself, if you are having the app agent, machine agent, DB agent, user experience agent, so you have the coverage. You have the coverage. So if you are simply accessing your application, that data is anyways, it is actually going to be captured in AppDynamics. And if you are going and doing the analysis, say right now I told you there is an option called call graph. Call graph. Call graph is one of the very good capability that is actually available in AppDynamics. Actually, in Dynatrace they call the capability as pure path. Pure path. Okay. In Dynatrace they call their critical capability as pure path, and in the recent times they changed the name to distributed tracing. Okay. In Dynatrace I'm saying the similar capability to do the root cause analysis in AppDynamics, we are having a concept called call graph. Okay, call graph. Inside that they are having partial call graph or full call graph. Okay, so call graph is, I mean, if you have to learn that call graph in a detailed way. That too, when you are telling it to somebody that I know AppDynamics, means you should have a strong understanding in the call graph analysis, because using the call graph you can almost find most of the problem, most of the application related problem you can find it using the call graph analysis. So very simple procedure. You don't worry, in the upcoming session we are going to learn about how to do the call graph analysis, but you need to do it in a repeated way, probably 10 times, 15 times you have to do the call graph analysis. And where there is a problem, if somebody is saying, I have AppDynamics but I don't know how to do the analysis, means straight away you can go and help them in doing the root cause analysis using the call graph approach. Because if you have the app agent configured, you are going to use the call graph analysis, and you are going to find out of the total response time where and all your response time is actually distributed. Class level, method level, also you can provide the information to the end user. Okay, so that's where this importance of call graph is also there. Anyways, don't worry, in our regular session we are going to discuss about everything in a practical way also. Clear guys, everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I told you this app dynamics. So I repeatedly mentioned app dynamics, Dynatrace, New Relic, Datadog. These are the very famous tools in the market. Okay, commercial tools in the market. Okay, AppDynamics, Dynatrace, New Relic, Datadog, CAAPM. Okay, that also earlier it was called as Wiley Intrascope, then they changed to CA APM. So that is also, which means that these are the industry familiar APM tools. Okay, so I'm not uh, particularly branding any tool, but nowadays the trend is actually little moving towards these APM tools, because the task is little easy. You wanted to do problem identification means, yes, the task is little easy provided you have the APM tool in your organization. So that's where we are getting that importance of learning APM tools. Okay, and if your customer, I mean your customer is already having other Cisco branding products. Okay, so they will prefer to buy AppDynamics, because AppDynamics is a Cisco product. Okay, so which means that, so there is nothing like which customer will why they are preferring Dynatrace or why they are preferring AppDynamics, means it's about the awareness of the customer, and it's about what they are already having it. If the customer is already having Cisco related products, they will definitely go with AppDynamics, because they are going to get the bundle. I mean, whatever they are already having, based on the bundle, they are going to get the AppDynamics also. Recently, it is actually purchased by or acquired by the Cisco team. Okay, so AppDynamics is actually a Cisco Cisco tool. Okay, so apart from that, in industry, the whatever the name that I mentioned, right, all the APM tools are actually having a good reputation. And in that, uh, based on the time period, if you are saying Dynatrace and AppDynamics, they are there in the industry for some time. Okay, they are there in the industry for some time, they have the good reputation also. Both are having good amount of capabilities. Okay, each tool, they are having a good amount of capability, and they are having the good compatibility of with the latest technologies and trends also. Okay, so usually, why APM tools, they can easily sustain in the market, only they have that compatibility with all the trends and technology in the market. Yes, AppDynamics is also having the good reputation in the market, because they are also having the good compatibility with all the technologies and trends in the market. Okay, even if somebody is actually talking about observability, yes, AppDynamics is also having the observability capability in the recent releases. Yes, they are also working and improvising their capability in the observability side. Okay, so now the industry is actually moving towards a concept called observability. I don't know how many of you heard about observability before. Anybody heard about observability before? Okay, if you did not hear also, but the trend is actually towards that. Probably 2024 or 25 or in the near years, observability become the heavy buzzword in the market. Okay, so now APM tools are working towards that, and they are implementing their capabilities or features towards observability. Even Dynatrace, they are claiming, or Neuralink, Datadog, or even AppDynamics, they are claiming that they are also observability platform. Okay, what is observability? What is observability? So by definition, observability means, based on the output. Okay, based on the external output, I am going to tell the internal application is actually working good or working bad. That is a definition, theoretical definition. Okay, so based on the external output, I am going to say the internal part of the application is actually working good or working bad, because most of the time application is actually a black box for us. So based on the output, I am going to say the application is actually working good or working bad. So in that case, I need to get some information from the application. I need to get some information from the application. So for that, what they are saying, metrics, logs, trace. Okay, metrics, logs, trace. These informations are very very important. Through that only, these are the external output I'm saying. Okay, through that only they are going to say your application is actually working good or working bad. And what happened initially, they told three pillars of observability like that. But in the recent times, people are adding one more thing called events. Okay, events. So they are calling this as melt, guys. Melt, melt, melt. Okay, metrics, events logs trace, metrics events logs trace. Okay, so if your system is actually providing metrics events logs trace, your observability platform, I mean your tool, they are going to say how your system is actually working. Is there any problem, or it is actually working good or working bad, like that it will say. Okay, so that capability is also there with the APM tools. That is what all the tool vendors they are claiming now. Okay, so don't worry, we'll discuss little more things about these observability also in the upcoming session. Okay, so for the learners who joined today for evaluating us, this is Kumar sir number 801995247. I'll copy paste this number in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, this is Kumar sir number. Okay, I'm also copy pasting this course content in the course content link in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, so so the learners who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir for further information. Any question related to course content, course timing, or even fees related, anything that you wanted to discuss, you can discuss with Kumar sir further information. So already we started the session. Okay, these sessions, I mean yesterday and today, we usually open it for evaluation. For the learners who wanted to enroll for the course journey, you can reach out to Kumar sir for further information. And this course is actually specifically designed for weekend learners. Weekend learners, Saturday 1.5 hour, Sunday 1.5 hour, we are going to have the learning. So right now we are starting by 6:30 p.m. IST to 8 p.m. IST. Correspondingly, in other locations, maybe the timing details will be there in the screen itself. You can take a look of it. And all the sessions are actually recorded. All the sessions are actually recorded, and we are going to share the videos in the YouTube playlist URL. And all these videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. Lifetime access will be given, so you can watch it any number of time, and then you can bring back with your questions. Okay, so all the artifacts, supporting documents and everything, we are going to share it through Google Drive, so that you guys can also set up everything in your local machine. And all learnings we are going to have it in the practical way, in the real time way, we are going to learn everything, guys. So all interview questions and everything we are going to discuss during our session. So those who wanted to have a continuous learning without missing any content, or interview questions or industry best practices, please enroll yourself. I think from next sessions onwards, only the enrolled learners will be part of the session. Okay, and we will continue our learning, guys. Any question, guys, till now? Okay, so those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir for further things. 801995247 is number. Thanks for the learners who joined today for evaluating us. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thanks all. Bye.
Thank you, sir.